Hello YouTube! How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to do a pretty interesting and different episode today in that we're going to be doing a review of a product that was submitted to the Living in a Van channel, YouTube channel. One of the cool things about having a YouTube channel is that people view it from all over the place, and sometimes people want to promote their products and they end up contacting you to see if you'll work with them to try to help push a product they've got out or publicize a product. And one of these products that just came up right now for this channel is actually something that I felt might be useful for viewers of this channel, which is why I'm doing this review. I'm not really getting any pay or anything out of this other than maybe a free fan, but that's not the reason I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I think that this is a product that might be a benefit to those who are living in a van or actually like living off-grid, trying to stay cool with without a full-blown air conditioner, using alternative means of staying cool. So without further ado, let's take a look at this product that was sent to me. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the NewAir Misting fan model number AF-520B, which was submitted to me by Neil from NewAir. And you're kind of seeing it for the first time as I am. It just came in the mail the other day, and I told Neil I would go ahead and play with it and let viewers know what I think of it. So let's take a look and see what's inside. I have not seen this product, so we're going to get to see, how hard it is to assemble and whether or not it actually works and does what they claim it will do, which is blow nice cool air. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take this out of the box right here and see how they pack what they give us. Got the fan assembly itself. Instructions. Heavy duty metal base here. And of course the holes. There's still more in here though. See how hot it is out here in Florida. It's actually morning. It's not even yet noon, and the temperature is like over 90 degrees. But the temperature here on this patio is actually hotter because it's got a cement floor on it that's collecting the heat. So here is the actual, I guess, fan motor. So these are the pieces that we have, which is, I guess, the motor itself. Like a heavy-duty piece of equipment here. Base unit. Leg assembly. Look how much I'm sweating. It's so hot out here. Now, this is actually a water misting fan, so we're going to get the test to see if it actually works in a humid environment like Florida. Generally, these kind of things work best in a hot, dry, air type environment because it works by evaporating. The water is sprayed and it evaporates in the air, cooling it down. It's actually very humid in here right now. We're not in here, but here in Florida right now because that's the kind of weather we have here. So it'd be interesting to see how well this actually works or doesn't work. Okay, so we got the front assembly here. Looks like a mister. And now time to read the instructions, figure out how we put this whole thing together. Alright, I've decided to go ahead and try to film the whole process of assembly because, people getting this unit might have to assemble it, and I'm kind of figuring it out as I go along. So let me read the instructions and go ahead and assemble it for you guys just to show you what I'm doing and any problems I encounter. The first thing I did was I took this base unit right here and took the cap off. This was screwed on right now, and I took that off right now just to see what I've got. But it said to unscrew this part, which was on the bottom. It was screwed in. I unscrewed that, and it says to put this onto the base, which I'm getting ready to do right now. And then I guess it just screws right on in through here. So this part isn't too hard. I'm going to assemble that right there. At least we have our stand at this point. And I am sweating like an ox. It's hot out here. Woo! Okay, so it says unscrew the screw from the external pole and attach to the external pole to the base by tightening the screw, which we did. Remove the height adjustment knob by uncovering it counterclockwise. I'm assuming that's this one right here. Okay. Then, let me double check here. Yeah, that seems to be the height adjustment knob right here. And then slide the height adjustment knob over the internal pole, fasten it to the external pole by turning the knob while holding the pole. Make sure the knob is tightly fastened before final assembly. So I guess I'm supposed to undo this, except I've lost the other piece here. Okay. Let's figure this out. So this just goes on like this. It's a height adjuster. So you can lower it. I guess you can go up and down. You can adjust the height and then lock it. Try locking it right here. Okay, I've locked the height. So it says, make sure the knob is tightly fastened before final assembly. We're going to continue on. The fan head assembly. Remove the fan blade by turning it clockwise. Remove the plastic nut by turning it counterclockwise. So the fan blade, this one here, which we're going to have to cut off here and attach. So let me get my handy dandy knife. And try to go ahead and take the fan blade here. Nice little fan blade, plastic. This looks like the assembly right here. It says remove the fan blade by turning clockwise, remove the plastic nut by turning counterclockwise. Now let's figure this out here. The only problem is, how do I remove this? This spins. So loosen, tighten. So we got to go this way to loosen. Might need to grab this here. I'm gonna need to get a towel or something to grab this because this is gonna spin while I try to loosen it. So let me pause the camera while I get a towel or something to hold that in place. This is the part that's actually giving me a hard time because I'm trying to remove this, I think. Because I'm pretty sure that's where the fan actually goes. So I gotta hold this in place, and it has little designators here that tell which way to turn it. So it says to turn it that way to loosen. So I've got to hold this in place. Try to do this here in front of the camera here, but I've got a towel here to help me hold it, and I'm gonna turn the knob to loosen. I gotta go that way. Okay. With the napkin holding it, I was able to easily loosen it by turning it per the arrows. So we now have the bolt, or whatever they want to call this, off. And I think that's where the fan's going to actually go. And then this, I don't know what this one does right here. I think this is a lock and an unlocking mechanism to lock the thing itself. We're going to turn this way to lock it. But for now, I'm going to try to put the fan on. And I guess this just goes right on here. Yeah, it just goes right on there. So assembly doesn't seem to be too hard here. We're going to go ahead and turn this to tighten it. I don't know if the camera's actually picking this up. Try to show you here. But essentially, I put this back on after removing it. And we're going to turn it, to tighten it, I got to turn it counterclockwise. So I was going the wrong way, that's why it wasn't doing it. I don't know if you can see my sweat dripping here. So you got to turn it this way, counterclockwise, to tighten it. Okay, so it's tight now. Wow, that was relatively simple. Let's see what the next step is. Although, you know what? I get the feeling I have to put this thing on here. I think I went out of order. So, just looking at it, I can see I went out of order. Yep. Gonna have to take this apart. So let me loosen it again. Take that off. And I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to take this off. I'm not even looking at the instructions at this point because it's kind of pretty self-evident what needs to happen. This grill thing needs to go on here, and it looks like they've got guide holes where things can go. Because there's little plastic tabs on here that I'm pretty sure are supposed to line up. So let's try to get this thing on here. Figure this out. Let's see here. Center that. Let me see. It looks like it locks in like this. So I don't know if you can see that. The little plastic tabs here lock in. So this one goes down on the bottom here, and then these two sides hold up there. Then I'm pretty sure you put this guy back on. So it says turn it to the right to tighten it. We're going to tighten this in place to lock our fan blade. I mean, not blade, but guard. So I've got it tight now. Looks like really nice and easy to assemble, which is good. Then we're going to go ahead and put the blade on here. It just slides right on through the hole. Right through the hole there. Slide it on. And it says to turn it to the left. This is actually backwards. I mean, I guess because of the way the fan spins, you want to turn it this way towards you, counterclockwise. I'm going to hold the fan and make sure it's tight. Okay. Don't want this thing wobbling. So it's on now, fairly tight. And I think it's going to be a matter of assembling this part, which doesn't look too hard. So let's double check the instructions. At this point it says secure the grill, which we already did. Slide the fan blade, which we did. Tighten the bolt. Final assembly, loosen the thumb screw by turning it clockwise. Always keep the waterproof cover matched with the height adjustable. I ain't even reading this stuff. I'm terrible! I think this just snaps into place. So we got the front assembly with the water mister here. So we're going to go ahead and try to remove this by cutting it here. Try not to cut the line itself. I'm going to get my little knife here and try to cut this off. Okay, got that off, which is good. And let me do the other one while I have the knife here. I don't want to cut our little thing. The hose. Okay. Well, that's been cut. I think this needs to be assembled. Looks pretty self-explanatory. I think it just bolts on here. There is a screw here, which I don't know if you can see that little screw, and it goes in here, so I'm pretty sure I have to loosen that. And then that way it'll lock to the metal pole there in the back. See the pole that the fan sits on? I'm pretty sure it goes on there. So we're going to go ahead and try it. I am going to have to get a screwdriver, so I'll be right back here. Let me pause this. Alright, I was able to find a little screwdriver here, so we're going to go ahead and take this cross-point screwdriver and loosen this this little screw back here, because that's what, you know, has to sit on the thing. So let me try to unscrew this here. All we're doing is just loosening this so that the inside, and you can see that see how it goes in there? That's what will lock it into place. We're going to unloosen that so that it can sit on this pole. And then we'll set it here, top piece onto the pole. So it just assembles just like that. You can see that. And then I guess it just screws into place to hold into place. So I'm just screwing it on. Nice and tight. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Alright, this part is assembled. So we've got the fan itself actually up, but you can see the temperature there is like 90 degrees air temperature, but it's actually quite a bit hotter and feels hotter out here than that because of the humidity level. This is a water mister, so I'm not sure how well it's going to work on a day like this. Now I'm assuming this just snaps into place. And I'm assuming that you want the word NewAir, NewAir here, facing upward where you can read it. So let's set it on here and see if this just locks into place like I think it does. It looks like it has a little lip where the thing catches, and I think you can tighten the screw to lock it into place. There's a little screw here with the cross point that you can screw to lock it into place. So I think it slides on here and sits on the lip. So let's try this out. If I can't get this to sit on the lip here and lock into place. Okay, this side went in a little too far. Looks like it might be the hardest part of it is getting the flip on here. Alright, that locked. Looks like it's locked in place now. The NewAir thing is assembled. I think I might go ahead and tighten it a little bit, just to make sure it doesn't fly off. I went ahead and screwed it all the way to the little gap that's underneath there to shut, to keep it tight. And this tilts up and down. It's pretty much a standard fan, except for, of course, this part, which I'm assuming hooks up to a hose with water. And of course we got this. Open right now. Let's see what's all in here. Looks like a power source. Cut this off here. Alright. Power cable. It's actually got 3 settings on it. It's got 3 different fan speeds. And this thing has a power with a reset and a test. I guess it's able to handle like a short circuit Probably a built-in safety fuse. Alright, so here is our plug. Of course, it's got all this stuff. I'm not sure what this is. This is what happens when you don't read instructions. To me, it looks like a cord holder. Like here, this probably goes down like this. You know, the water mister can come down and lock in there. And figure out where those extra parts go. It's a misting line holder. So this is the misting line holder. And it's supposed to go, I don't know if you can see how much I'm already sweating from this heat out here. It is hot and humid. I'm not sure what these other things are though. So this is just a misting line holder which can go here. You just snap it on and then you can just slide the line on there, keep it out of the way. Now the cord here for the mister isn't that long. It's probably, I'm going to say roughly about 10 to 12 feet long. So you got to have it near the water source, or you're going to need a hose to run out to this. But let's try the fan itself right now and see how well this works. Okay, we plugged it in. I don't know what these extra parts are. Oh, and you know what they look like? They look like here. They go onto this. They're extra nozzles. They're spare nozzles. I guess if the these are nozzles. See, they have the little hole in the center, so they're not just bolts. And there's a hole that goes through there where the water can get out. And they gave you 2 extra ones, I guess, in case the old ones, if they clog up or something, you have 2 spares. I think they're just spares. So save those. You might need them. And I think we're going to try the fan out first and see how it works. I'm assuming, this is pretty self-explanatory, that you just hook up this end to a hose or the faucet connection and turn it on. But let's try the fan first and see how it works. Okay, this is power is on, and the fan is not yet on. I've turned the power on. The red light comes on when you push that little button. I don't know if you saw the button there. I plugged that in and turned that on. So now let's try the fan itself and see if we can get it working at all. 0 is off. 1 is on low. And you can see the fan is blowing. Oh, it already feels much better. I have it point down a little bit. This is as low as it goes. So it can't point down, it can point straight and up. So if you need it to go lower, you might have to lower the arm assembly here to have it go down. So on low mode, it's blowing back and forth right now. See how powerful it is. Goodness, this is a very powerful fan. I don't know if you can see it. It's so strong, even on low mode, it's blowing all this paper around. So let's turn it up to the higher mode. We've got it at level 2 right now, and I'm telling you, this is, oh, even without misting, this is so cool. It's actually very, very breezy. It's blowing really cool. This is a really nice fan. Let's try it the hurricane level. This is level 3. And already I feel much cooler just from the fan itself. And of course the paper is blowing all over the place. By the way, this is 18 inches of air blowing in. I think I'm going to have to remove this paper because we're about to try the misting option. So, let me turn this off for now. Well, even without the misting option, I can already tell you this fan is a fantastic fan. I mean, the motor on it was extremely strong and not too loud. It did generate, like, I don't know if you saw paper and everything flying around everywhere. It generated a nice breeze as it, oscillated back and forth. We're going to go ahead and try to plug this guy now into the water outlet and turn it on and see what happens. Okay, I think I just messed up on recording, but this is where we're going to plug this guy in and see how it works. So it actually assembles or disassembles right here on the end in case you need to replace this part. It's a little plastic part. And this part here has a little switch for on and off. So you can turn the water on and off or adjust the level of the water from there. So we're going to screw this on for now. Actually, let's screw this in first. Yeah, we'll screw it on. And then I'm going to try to screw this guy on. I want to strip it right at the beginning here. Okay. Let's try this again. Maybe I'll undo this first. Much easier like this, yeah. Much easier to do it with the plastic off. And I've got the switch set to on, maximum flow. And we're going to try to screw this guy on. So attach the blue part first. Then attach the hose itself, the black. Okay. Let's try this out. Moment of truth. We're gonna see how well this thing works. You can see the ambient temperature here is over at 90 degrees. That's how hot the temperature is. But just want to show you how hot it really is. It feels like out here. My thermometer here says 122 degrees is what it feels like from sitting on the hot pavement here, the ground. But this said 122 degrees. I'm gonna set it up here for now and let it cool down a little bit. But we're going to try the mister. So let me turn this on, turn the water on, and we're going to see what happens. And already it is misting. I don't know if you can see the water blowing there. I'm going to turn the fan on and let it mist at us. Oh my goodness. Oh, the camera's going to get wet. Oh. That feels so good. I suppose you could use this adjustment on this knob, or it's probably easier to just use this. I'm going to turn it up really high. Oh, that water is misting and feeling so nice right now. I don't think this is really going to be feasible using in a van. But maybe usable if you have running water, access to a water faucet with a standard connector, because it obviously has to have running water continuously. So it doesn't have its own built-in pump or anything for the water, and of course your water supply is limited. But using this mister with the a house faucet or a building faucet at a picnic area or something, if they have a water hookup, I could see something like this being used for an event or a party to keep people cool. The water is hitting me right now, and this is on low mode. Let me set it to high mode here. Camera's getting a little wet. Hopefully it doesn't conk out on me here, but you do feel the wetness, and that is one of the things with using a mister. It actually throws water at you, so that your body, I don't know if you can see here, this is a mix of sweat and water, and my camera's getting all wet here from the moisture hitting it. But it does indeed feel cooler, even if the ambient air temperature isn't cool, as far as what people feel. You can feel the water droplets. It's very, very fine drops of water hitting you. And even in a humid environment like this in Florida, I still think this feels nice, feels very nice. The issue though is, as you can see the table here, it does get wet because you are actually using water. You can see my camera's a little bit wet here from the water spraying at it. But would I recommend a product like this? Maybe not so much for use in a van, but for use if you have a need to cool an outdoor area. I probably wouldn't use this inside a house because looking at how much water it actually uses up, I guess you could turn down the level of the water and have it spray less, or you can just use it as a fan, you know, a regular fan. It is an extremely powerful fan. I can feel, I guess because of the guard that they have on there tunneling the airflow, it actually directs it right at you, so you really, really feel the air from even a long distance. So I do recommend this product, even though for me in a van it's not really that useful, but if I ever get a house or something again, you know, or for use at a party or something, and you have hookup to water, it's an excellent product to have because the moisture in that air really does affect how you feel. Let's take a look at the temperature since this has been sitting here. It has already dropped down to 99 degrees from 122. That may be just because the ambient air temperature here, as you can see on the back thermometer there, is about 90. So this is cooling down as I've taken it off the sidewalk where it was sitting on. That was 122 degrees. But as far as what it feels to a person, this NewAir product, you know, water misting fan, actually does work, and I think it is a terrific product. If you're a viewer of this channel, you can get this product online through NewAir directly. They have provided a discount code for viewers of this channel. And just a disclosure for you, I am not getting paid for this endorsement. I am merely doing a review because Neil from NewAir contacted me and thought that this might be a product that viewers of this channel may enjoy, and he wanted to offer a discount for people who do so. I'm not getting paid in any way other than, you know, maybe receiving this fan, but that wouldn't be the reason for me to do this. I'm doing this video because I think this is actually a very useful product, a good way to stay cool outdoors. And as that fan blows across, and I'm like wet right now, and the wind is blowing, I already feel much, much cooler. I don't know if you can tell that. I'm not sweating. This is water now. That's the one thing, is you will get kind of wet a little bit if you stay close to it all day, but you might actually enjoy that or appreciate it when you're outside. So definitely a thumbs up for NewAir, and thank you, Neil, for thinking of our channel and our viewers and for providing the discount code. In the meantime, I hope everyone is staying safe, staying cool, and enjoying life. Take care now, everyone. Okay, I wasn't going to show this, but notice that the temperature on here actually did drop. So maybe NewAir's claim that misting fan can lower the air temperature or the ambient air temperature of an area is true. It says it's 82 degrees now from sitting out here, you know, in this area with the fan blowing and the air wet. Now I turned off the misting option just to have the air blowing, and you can see it's going back up. It's up to 83 right now. But with the water running, let me run the water here. And to make the water run, I just turned the hose back on. It actually did drop down to like 82 degrees and might be even dropping more. The current ambient air temperature here is about 90 degrees. So maybe there is some truth to their claim that this water misting fan can actually lower the air temperature by 10 to 15 degrees. So that was just something interesting that I thought I'd show you that actually did happen.